Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Hack and Tell. I'm very excited today to be speaking to the team from ArGo. Guys, thanks so much for being here. Potentially being here. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great. I think Prashant, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Sam.
Optimal. We're all here. All right.
Awesome.
So yeah, thanks so much for taking the time, guys. I'm really excited for you to be able to essentially talk to the community about what you guys have been building, where it's going, and maybe give a demo and also talk about the community distribution event that you guys are holding. So maybe like before we get into all of that, you could give us a brief outline of what ArGo is exactly for those that aren't aware.
So yeah, coming to the ArGo part, I'll first talk about the inspiration of ArGo, and that makes that if because that is where we inspired to come and build the ArGo, and then we also want our developers to come and join us. So the inspiration behind creating the ArGo is to bring mostly Web 2.0 developers or the web applications to the Web 3.0, and we found Arweave the best solution to go ahead with that, and we started working on Arweave as a part, and then later down the line we realized, yeah, there is a PST something, and we have to integrate that as well. So we tried. That was the main inspiration behind it, and then the second inspiration was, why not to make the complex process very simple and very easy to go, instead of going and doing multiple things, learning about multiple protocols. Instead, you can directly come to the ArGo, go simply click some of the clicks, and you will be ready to deploy your site. So yeah, these two inspirations always motivate us, and that is how this is where we will be heading towards in future as well.
Amazing. So ArGo is essentially like a deployment tool for Permaweb apps, broadly speaking, right?
Right.
And then there's this kind of emphasis on making it easy for people to come from Web 2 and start to move their applications over, or is it like people from Web 2 building Web 3 apps?
We tried. So first, there are two things here. The first thing is we tried the user interface in such a way like it should look like Web 2.0, but it does the job of Web 3.0. So that the user coming from the Web 2.0 they should not feel like they are coming into altogether a different world. Instead, we try to keep the balance there, and we wanted those users to feel we are in the safe side, and we are on the Web 3.0. The second thing is all the people, even whosoever wants to deploy their front-end application, they can deploy it. That is all, I guess.
Got it. Okay, cool. So people that just want to deploy one way or another to the Permaweb or start building a more serious Web3 sharing community-based app.
Right. There's no restriction Web 3.0 development because React and the frameworks, they are common, and we are trying our level best to support all the frameworks. In coming days, we have already reached around 4. Now we have 3 frameworks in line, which we are supporting currently. I believe in coming days we'll be having more.
Amazing. So you guys got started during the Open Web Incubator, or was it before that?
Open Web Incubator. I guess it was very hurry, and we built the entire MVP part in just, I guess, 2 weeks, and then we submitted the same, and our project got selected, and we got into this opportunity, luckily, and we got a chance to build on top of it. So that was really great experience for us. Actually, it was very, very fast for us, and yeah, we tried to keep the same pace.
Awesome. And now you guys, if I understand correctly, you launched Alpha 1 like a month or so ago, even longer now. And and since then you've been like onboarding real projects, which is amazing.
Yeah, so the Alpha 1.0 has been launched on, I guess it was on 30 days back, 1 month back, I believe, last month. So we came again with another release, which we have exciting news for each and every members of our community. So we got a couple of feature requests in terms of why you are taking this, why you are not doing that. So we tried to accommodate those feature requests, and we wanted a user a great experience. We did not want it to play with the security or privacy of the data, and we make sure we play safe on those ground. So that is where we hit hard this time in Alpha 2.0, and we make sure those features are in.
Very cool. So do you want to show us the app?
Yeah, that will be awesome. So let me share my screen and just let me, if you see the screen, Is my screen visible now?
Yep.
Awesome. So, okay, let me first log out. Actually, I am already logged in. I'm a co-user of ArGo. So yeah, so this is our landing page in ArGo. If you come into ArGo, you will first see this awesome UI here, which has been designed. I want to appreciate Islander here. He has designed he came at the last moment and he jumped and he saved our much time and he designed this entire UI. Thank you, Islander. And and after that, this entire design inspiration was about connecting the web 3.0. So this is about the UI part. If you go here, have time, just take out some time, read about it, you will find many things. And one more thing, we are open source, we don't close our code. You can always go and see the code here and see code on GitHub. If you want to contact us, we have given the link there. Contact us, it will take you to Discord channel, and there we can connect and we can talk more. Now,
awesome. As
a user, what I have to do is like, if you want to work or start working on ArGo, what you have to do, you have to go and click on login. There is sign up page also, sign up and login. Sign up is about when you are a new user and you have to go with that flow. If I'm existing user, so I'll go with the login flow. Currently, we are supporting GitHub, but in coming days, in the next release, most probably we'll be supporting GitLab also, so that people whose repositories on the GitLab, they can also deploy their site on Web 3.0 on Arweave network itself. So what you have to do, just click on continue. So for me, it is already logged in. This session is already maintained here. So what it does is like it locks you in directly instead of asking you multiple times the user code, access code, and all those. Now, the moment you will log in into this, the first thing which you will see is this dashboard, and this dashboard we try to keep in such a way like user can easily identify what is going on here. It should not be messy. It should be very straightforward and clear cut. So the first thing which there are three components here. If you basically see, the first component here is called organization. The second component here is called your deployment part, where user goes and click the deployments and invite the member to the organization. The third part is all the deployment and repositories goes here. Okay, so I'll go one by one, and I'll also try to explain why we went this approach and why we haven't went with other approach. So the first thing is organization. So it was, if you see and if you have used Voicer or any of the vendors who are already on this market, who are already on the Web 2.0, they charge price for using this feature. And in ArGo, it is we don't even say like we are going to charge for it. You can go ahead and you can invite as many members as you can to collaborate in the organization and deploy your site. So what I'll do is like I'll dynamically create the things, and then I'll also do one quick round of demo where I'll be getting the ArGo. Let's say I'm saying demo on Arweave. Okay. So let me create the username. Username should be this one. If you want to save the avatar, you can do that. I'm not trying to do that. So let me create an organization. Yeah. So once your organization is up, so what you have to do is, if you want to go and invite any of the user, you can go ahead and you can do so here. And the moment user will log in, you will get the member listing here itself. I'll show that part also. So let's quickly go and do one thing is we'll deploy one side and then we'll see what exactly happens after that till the time deployment happens. The first step, you have to go and click deploy. And the second thing you have to do, you have to say, since we have, this is the feature request actually, which has been asked, and we integrated it. We said if user is expecting it, we should give it, and we came up with this ArGo app itself. So there is a GitHub app you have to install on your repository, and then once that is done, you can access your entire code base here. And beauty of it, you can give the granular access to your repository. Here in this demo, I'll be deploying AR Link. Last week, I guess, when I was having a discussion with Trade, he was deploying this site, and we wanted to support Vue also, and we were in the plan of supporting it. And then we thought why not to do the demo with this, and because this entire app looks very great when it deploys, when it gets deployed on Arweave network itself. So here we support, there are a couple of things which you have to keep in mind. The first thing is you have to select an organization here. So we have given a feature where even though if you are coming from different organization, you can also select organization here also, so that your code or the repository goes into that organization. Now, second thing is your branch. So branch means whatever the branch you want to deploy on the Arweave network from whatever branch you want to deploy. You just have to mention that branch here. Now coming to the frameworks, currently we support 3 frameworks now, which is simple JavaScript app. It is a plain JavaScript. If you want to go ahead and deploy, you can do that. And there is also called React app. You can go and deploy the React app as well. And we have Vue support also. So I'm going to deploy Vue here. So let me do that. Let me click on deployment. Yeah. So I guess our deployment is already started. So okay. So till the time it is getting deployed, it takes some time to get deployed. We'll come back again on this organization itself. So I was talking about the organization where we can collaborate with the members. So what you have to do is, so since I have already invited Mitrashish with me as a member, he logged in as a member, and then he successfully accepted my invitation and he became the member of this organization. Using this feature, user can easily go and use the deployment part collaboratively instead of doing and alone in the solo. So this is the best part which we wanted to support, and yes, we are in with the feature with that. Now coming the moment someone gets into here, they have to just click on beginner HTML scripted site, get inside it. If you want to see your logs, you can go and see your logs here. So let's say this is the latest deployment which happened. You can go and you can click it. It will take you to the latest log here. So let's say this site has been deployed latestly. It's a pure JavaScript application. It has been deployed on the Arweave. Now, what happens is if you go back and let me check what happened with my demo on Arweave. Yeah, it is still on deployment phase. So once it is getting deployed, you can see the logs here itself. So you just have to click and see what exactly going on. So there is some network retry. It will happen after some time. Let's wait. Yeah, the execution has started already. So now also we have in the organization itself, we also have this feature called build and deploy. Here a user can come and configure their build and deploy. So what happens is like, so let's say as a user, I want my repository to be deployed. This particular repository is my favorite repository and I want to deploy it again and again. I can go ahead and I can do that as well. So this is the main configuration where you will see the last deployment happen, and it's your what last deployment did and what are the configuration you have used. So this is the place to go and check. Now coming to this part of, okay. So now coming to this part, there is also one more feature which we have recently introduced, and that is called off-chain wallet integration. And to do that, what you have to do, so as in ArGo, we make sure like if the user is coming on the ArGo, they have to at least keep 0.2 AR in their wallet so that we can start their deployment. And I'll talk on how we charge on the deployment part. But let's say if a user wants to recharge its token, they just have to click on recharge, upload your wallet, enter your amount, and hit recharge. It will be, your wallet will be recharged and the amount will be reflected here. Now coming to the charge process, how we charge and how much we charge. So if you see in the background, we run a Docker container for you for the user, and what we do is on the background the deployment happens, and at the time of deployment we use our resources and we charge user for that resources and nothing else. And so what we did is like instead of going with per deployment, we came with the approach where we say user, hey, we are going to charge you 0.00015 AR, you can say 0.0005 AR, 15 AR for every second. So it means it happened around 2 minutes 25 seconds. It will come around 0.003 AR mostly. So that is the charge which we charge to the user. Now coming to this, okay, awesome. So this particular site has been deployed. So what user can do, just click it here, and they should be able to see this deployed version of Vue app here itself. Now coming to the deploy part, if you see here, now we have this particular deployment screen here. Here you can see your published at which location, when you have published it, what is the status of it, and which branch you have used. So those things you can get here, and there are a couple of more infos which you can also find here, which is called total deployments, successful deployments. And also, these are the GitHub URL. If you click on this, you will be navigated to the URL which has been used to deploy the site. So this is basically, and also there is one more beautiful feature which we have added, and I wanted to emphasize on it. User can also change his avatar. Also, you can go ahead and change your name here. You can change your username for the ArGo. We maintain different username for ArGo, and for providers we keep it different. So I guess yeah, and the moment if someone comes out on the main page, they will again see the organization specific repo page here. So let's say this is the repo which I deployed. I'll have to get into and have a look. If I want to go back, you will come here. You can go ahead and click on visit. So let's say there are a couple of websites which I have deployed here. So there are a couple of here. You don't even have to get inside. The latest will be coming up, and you can have to just click on visit. The moment you click on visit, it will be redirecting you to the latest deployment site. So yeah, so I guess Sam, this is what all about ArGo UI part. If you have
Amazing.
anything or any questions, you can ask me. I'll be easily answering those.
Yeah. Okay. So it's essentially a deployment framework that allows you to use, well, deployment system or platform that allows you to use lots of different frameworks and also, I guess, data sources. So you can take from GitHub, but also GitLab in the future.
Right.
That's really interesting.
Even we are planning to integrate Gitopia also in coming days, but yeah, that is still in the plan.
I was wondering about that. That's very cool. Are there any thoughts about like automatic deployments? Because
we have the next release.
Oh, amazing!
I guess you're killing the surprises.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We already have it in our code base. If you go and check the code base, it is already there. Yeah. We have not integrated it here is because we wanted to make it a little bit stable and then bring another feature so that users should not feel like they got into something very messy kind of platform. And I personally do not want such kind of experience on any of the platforms. So that is the reason we did not brought it. But yes, of course, on the next release, there will be a webhooks. The moment you commit on anything, the moment you do anything, your application will be up and running on the Arweave network.
That's very cool. It also makes me think about the work that Jesper and Kyle from the core team have been doing recently about connecting to DNS names. And if you can integrate that, then basically you make it so that it's watching some repo or Gitopia repo, and then like you press push to master or main, and then boom, now your thing is updated. That's pretty cool.
So last time when we presented, I guess in that our milestone was there, and in that milestone we said there is 2 major releases which will be coming up, and the first release was the ArGo app, means GitHub app integration and option wallet integration. The second release which is going to come is the webhook integration and the DNS name integration. So once that is done, I guess ArGo will be awesome place to go and deploy your site. Even we have tried to handle as much as complexities in the view. We try to keep the complexities on the abstraction layer so that when a user does the deployment, we handle it on the background.
Yeah. I think that'll be very powerful for people that are new to the ecosystem. So they can basically set up their Git repo with their framework, whatever it happens to be. And then they go to ArGo, they set up the deployment system, they give it some tokens, and then they don't have to worry about it anymore. Now, if they just want to, when they want their website to update, they basically just push to master and boom, it works. It's very, very cool. Okay, amazing. One of the things that I was thinking through your demo, for a start, which is, by the way, it's incredible. This is a very high quality application. Like, it's really very impressive. And also very in depth. Like, I'm really impressed to see the level of detail you guys have gone into with the team structures and this type of stuff. That's like, Web3 is pretty janky, I would say, at this point. We're at this stage in like ecosystem growth where everything is a little bit, what would you say? Not quite polished. However, your application here really is, so that's very impressive to see. And you've really thought about like how this is going to work from the user and access controls and everything else, which is super exciting. So one of the thoughts that came to mind was that the execution engine that you guys are using, basically this like pay for time system, is actually really close to what DC3 are working on. I was wondering if you had any so at the moment you're using like a centralized server basically to do the compute, and then you're just charging people. You can very easily decentralize that by just having the community on community XYZ just essentially vote to elect someone to run the backend server. But then there's like other parts of the execution model. It seems like you've almost addressed some of those already. I mean, you look like you have something to say about it, so go on.
Yeah, actually, we have a plan of making it fully decentralized and controlled by the people and not by us. So definitely we are in a process of doing it. But actually, if you think about the entire infrastructure on the architecture on the code base side, if I talk about basically, to bring that into the picture, yes, we will bring it and we will bring it to the community, and we are firm to it. And definitely, it is gonna be coming into some days, and there someone will be there. Actually, we are figuring out if someone is making already some kind of decentralized Docker kind of stuff where we can go ahead and we can do that. If that comes into the picture into the blockchain environment or the entire Web 3.0, it will be awesome for us to make it decentralized. Or else, we have already planned to go ahead to the community and say, hey, this is my server which has been running and you have to maintain it. And for that, we'll be having our own community people. Whosoever is there interested, they can go ahead and they can raise their name, or they can come and say, hey, this year I'm going to maintain it. Come and vote for it. I'm raising a vote. Yeah, so that is still there. But I would say by next year, it won't be possible because we want to stabilize the entire ArGo first, and then we want to jump into that area.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you should definitely speak to the DC3 team because they're building essentially that. It's just like run decentralized containers on top of Arweave. Yeah, okay. Well, that's amazing. So speaking of community, I think you guys had some news you wanted to share or potentially a deck. Maybe you'd like to share that with us.
Yeah. So let me share this deck now. Let me know what you guys are able to see it.
Yep, we can see.
Yeah, so I have already covered, I guess, most of the thing here, where even the exciting news also, even some of the vision, what our vision is to provide pay-as-you-go web deployment platform. Now coming to the news, which we have is Alpha 2.0 is already out. Now we support private repo deployment. Earlier we did not have that capability. We said we have the option wallet integration, we have view and static deployment support, we have. And the best thing, and for that I would like to credit Mitrashish for this on the open platform, is the performance enhancement for the front end. If the user would have opened on the, I guess, around 1 month back, the speed was really slow. And now if you open it, it just open in seconds. So yeah, so this is the major release, the first release, major release, and then second will be coming in other by next month or by New Year. You'll be receiving some more exciting news. Now, coming to the ArGo community token distribution we have, and we plan to run a campaign during this open fellowship program, and whosoever is going to deploy their app, they can use it. Even it is also available for the outside market, where people from the Web 2.0, if they want to join us, they can join us. The members, whosoever is having GitHub account, they can come and join and also claim ArGo tokens there. So I'll talk about the 5 stages. What we decided to go ahead and break it down into the 5 steps to claim 6,000 plus ArGos for a specific user. So I'd be going them through one by one. So the first thing user has to do to claim the first 300 ArGo is just log in into the ArGo using your GitHub URL, and voila, you can just claim 300 ArGo there. We also have the deployment for every deployment. For the first 3 deployments, we are going to give out 200 ArGo per deployment. So let's say if user is deploying 1, he can claim 200 ArGo. If he is deploying 2, 400, and 3, 600. So 600 is the max limit for the deployment token distribution. Now coming to the organization and the collaboration part. And when I come to that, it means we are talking about more of a collaborative way of development, where you ask your team members to join you on the organization and go ahead and deploy your site. So for that, what we did is like, if you are creating an organization, we will give you 200 ArGo. And the moment you will start inviting the people to collaborate with you, there is no limit of number of limits. We will be giving you 300 ArGos for each and every invite you do, using the invitation link given on the ArGo site. If you remember, I have already shown that invitation part. From there, you have to invite people and onboard them successfully on ArGo. So that is where, even at that point of time, the onboarded user will receive 300 and you will also receive 300. So this is the third step. Now, fourth is the user experience. And we, as a developer, I personally thought of making it more user experience way, but I don't know how other people feel about it. And it would be very great, and we'll be very happy to receive some positive feedback. We'll be very happy to receive some kind of feedbacks where people are talking about, hey, if this would have been made in this way, it would have been great. If it would have been done in that way, that would have been great. And also, yeah, you guys are doing great experience, and share your experience either by blog posts, by videos, or whatever means of medium you have. If you are sharing your experience with ArGo, we'll be happy to, you can come and you can claim up to 5,000 ArGo. And this 5,000 ArGo distribution has been done on the basis of the thing which you are going to do. So let's say you are tweeting about us, we'll be distributing you some thousands of ArGo. If you are also sharing video with it, you will be getting 3,000 ArGos. So like that, we have distributed the ArGo tokens there. But yes, you can claim up to 5,000 ArGo if you are doing blog post, if you are doing tweet, and if you're sharing a video with us. Now there is a fifth one, which is feedback and bug report. We know we are developing and we have a lot to develop. And I know personally there are a couple of bugs, not even a couple of, there are many bugs. If you can find those bugs, we'll be happy to listen to those. Just come, ping us, and we'll be solving those. Or we already have our GitHub organization there. You can go and create issue there, or you can ask us to create an issue on your behalf. And then you can also claim ArGo on behalf of doing that also. So there we give 500 ArGo per bug. And I guess Alpha 2.0 is having a lot of bugs. And I ask my entire community members to go and grab at least this 500 ArGo. It is very straightforward. You can go and find those bugs. But those are very minor bugs. But yes, we want our community member to find those. Yeah. So this is about community token distribution campaign. And during this distribution plan, we make sure we are planning to distribute around 1% of the total supply which we have. And then after that, we have other activities coming and planned, and in that we'll be utilizing more tokens there. And for that, you have to stay tuned. So this is the user feedback. I want to take Tate because he has been helping us a lot in most of the places, and he was the user who went directly on the ArGo from the first release, and he said, yeah, this is his experience he was talking about, and we were really thrilled to see like Tate is using our application, and we actually wanted this to bring it on public, and we wanted to thank you, Tate, for using ArGo and giving us the traction there. And then because of which, I guess we have around, after the launch, we have around 15 plus users now in ArGo.
Wow.
Thank you everybody for coming and joining us there. So this is our, yeah, thank you. And this is our entire Twitter handle. You can chat with us on Discord, collaborate with us on the opportunities, and here is our email. You can always drop us an email as also, and we'll be happy to listen about you, what you have. And one more thing, one important thing I guess I missed, but yeah, we actually have asked our community members to collaborate with us, and I wanted to thank you. Just give out a thank note or the shout out for Islander for designing our web application, and I guess Mitrash is one more guy is there, and he's really great. He's doing great job in the React part. Thank you, Red Baron. I guess, yeah, Red Baron. He's doing there, and yeah, there are a couple of community members who came up early and started supporting us. Thank you, everybody.
Wow, that's incredible. So, okay, I mean, what strikes me about this is that I've been talking to some of the other founders that are also using a reward system to distribute their token, but just seeing the way that you laid it out, that's really, really smart, by the way. I really like the way it's kind of like it goes through this onboarding flow, and then there's this moment where it's about sort of spreading the word to people. That's a very nice, elegant mechanism. And I think that like once you get it to the point where you're automatically deploying as well, so you can take people through the process of rewarding them for each step while they get to the point where they're now just like automatically deploying their site. That's going to be a really big driver of growth. And so you've got 15 users, you say. That's actually quite a lot,
I guess 15
considering you guys have just been. Yeah. So how are they using it?
They are using it. I guess around for those 15 users have deployed around 15 repo now, and we are actually planning to introduce some kind of framework where they can, even all the members of the community can track those deployments and everything. Soon that is also in the pipeline, but since we are only 2 people and working day and night to make sure it is flying in the sky. So we are trying our little best to bring as much as we can. But yes, we have everything in the plan. We need some more time and people hands to build those.
Got it. Well, it sounds like you guys are making amazing progress, and I'm very excited to see where this goes as you like progress through the alpha stages and then the betas. And I think the reward mechanism will be very powerful. This is something that I was discussing with Phil last night and a couple of others, is like the real question I think is going to be, so the way that I'm seeing this is that these reward mechanisms are the thing that they could be the secret weapon in getting profit sharing community apps adopted, basically. Like relative to Web 2, where the model is, you come along to one of these website deployment tools and you say, okay, I'm going to start deploying my site with you, so I have to start paying you. And now I also get locked into your platform, so I can't leave. And then also, obviously, there's no question of getting governance rights or any profit sharing or anything like that. That's like far out of the realm of possibility. And then we can come along and we can say actually the precise opposite. You use the application, you're paying once, so you're not being locked in to paying in the future. And on top of that, you're also earning governance rights to the thing that you're using, and also ownership rights of it. It's like, yeah, it looks really pretty.
In the future, which we are targeting now. So let's say we were actually exploring the market, and market is pretty huge. And even if we reach up to 5 to 10% of that market coverage, even 4 to 5 years down the line, then the people who are going to hold these tokens, they will be highly rewarded because. Daily, if you expect like hundreds of deployment happening, you'll be receiving those profit out of it, right? So that is you are receiving a profit there without just being intact with the platform, and that is the beauty of PS3.
Yeah, like from the user's perspective, they're gaining this thing that has a real value to it, and it also gives them. So there's like the profit accrual side, which is great, and there's also this governance side. So they're not getting locked into a platform that they have no say over. They're actually earning more of a say the more that they use the platform. And then from your guys' point of view, obviously, now you're giving out tokens to people that are coming on board and using the system. They're getting an incentive to basically tell their friends about this cool thing. Because like the more people use it, the better it is for them. And that's, I think, going to be very powerful.
Yeah, so we try to utilize. Actually, I personally, community XYZ is the belief which I personally have in my mind. Things to be driven by the community and governed by the community, and that is really an awesome thing which you guys have built on top of it, and that should be appreciated as much as people can. So that actually, when I personally think about all this, it really gives me very pleasure thought process in my mind. Yeah, each and every community member who is attached with us, they are getting something in return.
Yeah.
They are not just simply sitting and enjoying with the token.
Yeah, we can all thank Cedric for his amazing work on Community XYZ. He's
thank
you,
Cedric.
It's very, very cool. I think that these community dynamics, we're right at the start of this, but the community dynamics associated with these reward campaigns, I think could lead to a completely different type of marketing that just wasn't possible in the Web 2 space. And now we're only seeing like the outlines of it. You can see how it might work, but not like what it looks like in practice. And so it's very exciting to see you guys and some of the other projects from the community or from the ecosystem now, meta community.
Yeah,
yeah, kind of experimenting with this and walking down the path to like putting it into practice in the real world. Have you guys had any thoughts on like how you're going to hone the mechanism? Because obviously the real question is now, so we can all kind of see how this might work in the world, and we're starting to experiment with it. But the question is going to be like, well, how can we make sure that we get to the point where we're doing it right as fast as possible? Yeah, have you guys put any thought into the, what would you say, like the methodology of how you're going to play with these incentives? Or are you thinking you just like see how this first one goes and then just try and like sharpen it up for the second one and so on? Or yeah.
So frankly speaking, the second thing is going in our head, where we said, let's first try it out, because without trying, we cannot speculate. We did not wanted to speculate on the things, right? The speculation is always a bad thing when you go with the market or go anywhere. So we did not wanted to speculate first. We said, let's try it out and let's see what happens. And if response goes great, we'll follow the same. If the response comes little bit down from our expectations, then we'll come up with other approach and other ways of incentivizing people.
Yeah, makes total sense. I think that, so hopefully by the time of the third program, maybe like, I don't know, start of next year or something, we can come together as an ecosystem and like start putting ideas on the table for, I tried this and this is what happened. And this worked, this didn't work, and try and build this playbook together of like what we can do to actually put this stuff into practice. Anyway, it's super fascinating. It's incredible to see the progress everybody's making, but also the new things people are trying. It's very, very cool. I think that the way you've structured it is unique. So like Phil is going more down the route of you're essentially rewarded proportionately to, it's like a mining mechanism, but with the storage of data. If 10 gigabytes are stored, then if you were stored 1 gigabyte, you get 1/10 of the reward for that day. That type of mechanism. And you guys are going more like static reward amounts per person.
Right. So we actually initially we thought of doing that, but then we thought, why to go with that approach? Because it will work for Phil, I guess. It is awesome, and whatever the idea he has presented was really great. But then the moment you were trying to apply on top of our ArGo, it was not fitting well. And then we thought, why to go into this direction? Because we have a lot of features to be used, just to not to just upload our site, or we have a lot of things to invite people and use those stuff. Why not to go and ask people to use it first, then share the experience, then report the bug, and then this is the entire cycle which we wanted to complete. So that is the process where we went.
And I think once you get to the point where you have auto deployment as well, now you've like gained a user that is recurring, that has recurring usages, and you don't need them to come back to the site to do that. That's just kind of happening naturally. That I think is going to be very powerful. I think there's definitely merit to either way. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. So to talking on that part of Webhook one, actually, if you see the off-chain wallet one, we introduced. I guess we had a discussion on that part. I guess couple of weeks back. We introduced that concept just to bring Webhook. It is that complicated, because it was becoming very complicated because we did not wanted to handle the user private keys with us, and even we did not wanted to keep it on the chain. And so what we thought, like, why to keep those things with us? Just make sure each and everything, keep your data with you. Just keep your copy with us. Keep your copy with us. We'll be happy to maintain for you.
Yeah, I think there's like a simple mechanism you can use here, which basically says that the person running that centralized server has to stake ArGo tokens, and then people can just deposit tokens in like a virtual account, if you will. So it's got, you know, their address is associated with 5R or whatever it happens to be. And then as long as the stake of that person is higher than the amount of deposited tokens from the whole set of users, then actually the person running the node is incentivized to just hold on to the tokens and act honorably and correctly. Otherwise, you just slash the stake. And this was an idea that we were talking about with Verto, was if it ever actually happened that the trading post in this case, but in your case, I guess it's like deployment nodes, whatever you want to call it. If the deployment node ever ran away with the tokens, you could also just print ArGo tokens to give to the people that to essentially remunerate them, because you can burn the stake of the person that ran away with the R tokens, right? And then one offsets the other.
Right. So yeah, it is really great. I guess this thought process is awesome, and I guess we will be writing it down, and soon you will be getting this as implemented part.
Amazing. There's just so much to explore here. That's very exciting. I guess one thing I was also talking to Phil about, and I'm wondering what your guys' opinion is on this. These reward campaigns, people love the USD mindset. It's just life. Like, if you tell me that you're going to give me 10,000 ArGo tokens, or you're going to give me 1,000 ArGo tokens, it actually doesn't make any difference in my head. What I'm hearing is, I'm going to get a stake in ArGo. Cool. But unless I know, like, the price of ArGo, which is this point is basically unknown by the market, it's hard to relate to how strong that incentive is. And so one of the things we found with Phil was, like, he was telling people, hey, you know, I think it's 250,000 ArDrive tokens are being given away in this period, blah, 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 you should come along and try it out. But nobody knew what that meant. And then as soon as he said that's actually $960 or $970 equivalent today, then they were like, wow, let me actually come and try this out. And so there's a question of, sorry, go on.
Yeah, so I would say the valuation part, since we have already raised a fund on a specific amount, if I'll talk on that part, I guess each and every ArGo which you are going to hold now, whatever the investors, even Arweave is one of the investors of us, whatever the ArGo you are going to hold now, you'll be having a valuation of 0.005. So it means if you are having 6,000 of ArGo, which is equivalent to $30. Around 6,000 is around $3. Yeah. So $3 you'll be just getting, I guess, 6,000 multiplied by 0.005.
Okay, got it. So it's $3 in total.
Yeah.
Or 30.
$3, I believe. I'm very big in math, so just please calculate it. So
okay, well, maybe someone in the chat can Google that for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Okay. Anything else you want to tell the community about while we're here?
So the first thing which I wanted to communicate to the community is, it's not about your USD which you are going to hold, or it's not about what ArGo token or whatever token you are going to hold. Even the ArDrive is doing great. Verto is awesome, and each and every community member here is doing great, right? The only thing which I want to say is, don't think as a very, very, very small thing which is happening on the platform. It is going to be giant in coming future, which I personally feel like, and it is going to be happening. So stick with us, and definitely we will guide you through the entire ocean.
That's very elegantly put. I think India says, oh, no, it's much, yeah, it's $30. Yeah, at today's value, but that's exactly the point. This is kind of about supporting each other's communities in these nascent stages, and then if they're very successful later, obviously that $30 is more. But more than that, I think it's important that we're getting those tokens out to people that are early in the ecosystem to help govern these decentralized organizations over time. It's really important and valuable.
Right, and it is starting, right? After this, we kept around in the vesting one, we kept around more ArGo tokens for the community. I'll drop that vesting token strategy soon, where people can see how exactly we are going to vest those tokens. And then on the basis, you can calculate how much it will come in coming future. If we are going to grow, definitely we are going to grow. It is not about if or else. It is, yes, we are going to grow. In that case, you'll be having, I guess, $30 can go up to, I don't know how much. So that is all about speculation.
Yeah, speculation, exactly. But everyone understands the point, I think. Very interesting. It's very exciting that with these reward systems, you get an opportunity to back a project at a very, very early stage, right when it's getting going. Very interesting mechanics there. I guess the one last thing I wanted to ask, and running short on time, but do you have any kind of advice for people in the community or ecosystem about how to get their first users on board with the system? Because you said you got like 15 at this point. Yeah, how did you go about finding those people?
So first thing is, you don't have to find it actually. You have the Arweave community altogether itself. The moment they will post anything on the community channel, it means they have around thousands of people there. And
Right.
even out of that, if two or three of people will click that link and they will get into your app, you will get your 3 users there. And definitely those users are very good, and they come and walk around your application, they will think, and they will go and give you feedback also.
Yeah.
Now there is second way of doing it, and the second thing is, if you have a very good connection with the people around you. So let's say we had Tate, he helped us to even he tweeted about us. Even
Yeah.
Arweave has also tweeted about us, and it helped us to bring some more user. And then we also had a discussion with other means there are people who are already working on other projects. We had a discussion on the LinkedIn. They are already working a community product on the LinkedIn for the blockchain community. So we asked them why you guys are not coming on Arweave. I guess some of their member is already on the Arweave. I don't see them, but we had a discussion with them. They said, yeah, we'll be happy to use ArGo. So we onboarded them, and then with them, I guess a couple of more people came. The only problem with us, like, we have not started our marketing yet. It is just by getting in some random conversation by friends, by people
Right.
whom you know. You can ask them to come and join and use your product and give you experience.
Got it. Yeah, that begs a ton of interesting questions, but I think that's a really useful starting point. I mean, I see you guys on all of the community Discord servers chatting to people, like, and you do pop up everywhere. Yeah, and so that's certainly like another way of just like reaching out to people, as you were saying, just get to know everyone. The community is pretty friendly, well, very friendly, I would say at this point.
Right.
Everyone's excited to use everyone else's stuff, so that's actually, yeah, those first users are available quite easily if you just go out and chat to people, I guess.
Yeah. So that is where you have to open up and go and talk to people in the community. That's it. I guess that will bring more users.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, thanks so much for chatting today. I really appreciate you guys taking the time.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thanks to entire RV team and the community members to giving us this platform to come and present ArGo here.
Of course. If people want to follow up, so it's argoapp.live, I think. Is that the address?
Yeah, it is ArGo app live, argoapp.live. Just enter into the website and you'll be redirected there. We'll drop a link on the chat. And then
I think
people
India's
can
already done that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And Twitter handle for you guys? Where's the best place people can follow you on social media?
We have, it is @ArGo app live.
Okay, easy peasy. Okay, perfect. Thanks so much, guys. Chat to you later.
All right. Thank you very much, Sam. Thank you. See you. Bye-bye.